The bustling maternity ward at United Bulawayo hospitals became the setting of a parent's worst nightmare. Two families overjoyed at the arrival of their newborns were unknowingly handed the wrong babies. This devastating mistake, a tragic consequence of staff negligence, would have a profound impact on the lives of both families. It all began with a simple act of carelessness, a routine procedure gone terribly wrong. One mother, residing in Caudray Park, had just welcomed her baby boy into the world via a cesarean section. At the same time, another mother, from Esigodini, delivered a baby girl. The infants, fresh from the joy of birth, were then taken away for their routine checkups and cleaning. It was during this critical time in the hurried pace of the hospital ward that the unthinkable happened. The newborns, their identities confused in the flurry of activity, were mistakenly switched. The hospital staff, unaware of the grave error they had committed, returned the babies to the wrong mothers. In those first precious moments of bonding, a bond built on love and biological connection was shattered, replaced with a bond built on a lie. The seeds of confusion and heartache had been sown, setting the stage for a frantic search for the truth. The weight of this error of these two lives carelessly intertwined would soon unfold with devastating consequences. The hospital, a place meant to nurture and heal, had become the very place where a family's happiness was stolen. The negligent act, a simple oversight in the eyes of the hospital staff, would have life-altering repercussions for two innocent families. The Caudray Park mother, despite the drowsiness induced by anesthesia, couldn't shake off a nagging feeling that something wasn't right. This mother, holding a baby girl in her arms, had known with unwavering certainty that she had given birth to a boy. A scan, conducted just the day before her delivery, had confirmed her suspicions. The image, clear and undeniable, showed a healthy baby boy growing within her. Armed with this knowledge, she voiced her concerns to a nearby nurse, her voice trembling with a mixture of confusion and fear. The nurse, however, was quick to dismiss her concerns, attributing them to the lingering effects of the anesthesia. It's common for new mothers to experience some disorientation after surgery, the nurse reassured, her tone laced with a hint of condescension. The mother, though unconvinced, was in no state to argue. Still weak from the surgery, she reluctantly accepted the nurse's explanation, pushing her doubts to the back of her mind. But the seed of doubt, once planted, continued to grow. Days turned into sleepless nights as the mother struggled to reconcile the image of her unborn son from the scan with the reality of the baby girl sleeping peacefully in her arms. The more she thought about it, the more convinced she became that a terrible mistake had been made. Determined to uncover the truth, she shared her suspicions with her family and friends. Their reactions were mixed. Some dismissed her claims as hormonal paranoia, urging her to trust the hospital staff. Others, however, acknowledged the validity of her concerns, encouraging her to seek a second opinion. Empowered by their support, the mother decided to take matters into her own hands. She would demand answers no matter the cost. Her intuition, that primal instinct that told her something was wrong, would guide her every step of the way. Fueled by a mother's intuition and armed with unwavering determination, the Caudray Park mother resolved to seek irrefutable proof. She knew that only a DNA test could definitively confirm or deny her suspicions. With the support of her family, she reached out to a private laboratory in Bulawayo, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and anticipation. The waiting, she knew, would be the hardest part. The results of the DNA test, when they finally arrived, sent shockwaves through her world. The results confirmed her worst fears. The baby girl she had been caring for was not her biological child. The baby had been switched, her own son placed in the arms of another mother. Armed with this devastating truth, the mother wasted no time in contacting the authorities at United Bulawayo hospitals. The news of the baby swap sent ripples of shock and disbelief throughout the hospital. The hospital administration, faced with undeniable evidence of their negligence, had no choice but to launch an internal investigation. They immediately contacted the Esigodini couple, the other family involved in the swap, requesting their cooperation in resolving the matter. However, their request was met with fierce resistance. The Esigodini couple, deeply attached to the baby boy they believed to be their own, refused to accept the possibility of a swap. Their disbelief quickly morphed into anger and denial, making a difficult situation even more complex. The hospital, caught in the crossfire of this emotional maelstrom, found themselves in dire need of an impartial mediator, someone with the expertise to navigate the complexities of this delicate situation. They turned to Zephaniah Dlamini, the esteemed head of the Applied Genetics Testing Center at the National University of Science and Technology. Dlamini, renowned for his expertise in DNA analysis and his compassionate approach, agreed to take on the daunting task of unraveling this intricate web of mistaken identities. Zephaniah Dlamini, approaching the situation with a blend of scientific objectivity and profound empathy, understood the gravity of his role. He recognized that this was not merely a case of misplaced identities, but a deeply personal tragedy that had torn two families apart. His first priority was to confirm the initial DNA test results, ensuring absolute certainty before proceeding with the emotionally charged process of reuniting the babies with their biological parents. Under Dlamini's guidance, DNA samples were collected from both families and meticulously analyzed. The results, as expected, confirmed the baby swap, leaving no room for doubt. The Esigodini couple, confronted with irrefutable scientific evidence, were forced to confront the devastating reality of the situation. Their initial resistance, fueled by fear and disbelief, slowly gave way to the heart-wrenching acceptance that the child they had nurtured and loved was not their own. The weight of this realization, of the life they had built on a foundation of mistaken identity, left them shattered and reeling from the emotional blow. It was a moment of profound grief, of dreams built and then shattered in an instant. Despite the emotional turmoil, both families, guided by Dlamini's compassion and the unwavering support of their loved ones, found the strength to move forward. The babies, their innocent eyes oblivious to the turmoil they had caused, were finally returned to their rightful parents. The joy of that reunion, of holding their biological children in their arms after weeks of agonizing uncertainty, was a moment of pure, unadulterated bliss. It was a victory for truth, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit to heal and forgive. The hospital, in the wake of this deeply unsettling incident, faced intense scrutiny from the public and the media. The incident served as a harsh reminder of the devastating consequences of negligence, of the importance of stringent protocols and accountability within the healthcare system. The hospital administration, in an attempt to mitigate the damage and prevent future occurrences, pledged to implement comprehensive reforms.